This program is brought to you by Express Employment Professionals, respecting people, impacting business. Located in Durango, serving the Four Corners area.
You won't see any campaign signs with his name, nor does he have a campaign website. But Tom Eskew says he will represent the working man and Durango's middle class if elected to the Durango City Council this April. Eskew, a certified arborist and owner of Heartwood West Tree Service, has lived permanently in Durango since 1992. Like many young Durango residents at the time, he worked 2 jobs to survive while building his tree business, including stints as a snowcat driver at Purgatory Ski Resort, a bartender and bouncer, and wine distributor. Now he says he has time for city council.
I feel like that the way that our council works, it tends to be staffed by people that are retired or don't need the money, and I feel like that there's been a sort of a lack of representation in this sort of meat and potatoes working class in Durango. I have a 2-year-old son and another baby about to be born any day now, and I feel like that I would be able to kind of bridge a little bit of that generation gap between our kind of retiree heavy council and the sort of working people of Durango.
Eskew is a soft-spoken man who says he plans to focus his energies towards completing the Animas River Trail and working towards a solution that will limit watercraft on Lake Nighthorse to non-motorized boating only. He also wants to see homelessness addressed with compassion, but with stricter regulations that would ensure safety and sanitation at well-known homeless camps around town. Like the other city council candidates, he supports higher density developments within the city limits, but adds that the city needs to be careful about destroying what he calls Durango's funky character. And while he recognizes that the cost of housing is an issue, he doesn't favor government involvement in creating affordable housing stock.
We spend an inordinate amount of money to keep a roof over our heads in this town, and it's always been a problem since I moved here in 1992. I feel like the root causes are lack of better jobs, and I feel like by attracting better, higher wage jobs, that can be one way to get on top of it. I mean, all the best places in the world are really expensive to live, and I feel like that it artificially distorts the market to create low income housing. I guess I'm kind of a free market believer in that. I don't necessarily believe that government should play a huge role in creating low-income, cheap housing.
One way that Eskew says the city can support economic development and the creation of higher-paying jobs is to expand the airport to accommodate larger aircraft that can carry more cargo and passengers.
I'd like to see the bulk of the money spent on basic infrastructure as far as like maintenance hangars and runways, as opposed to a giant atrium space that's empty most of the time.
You can reach Eskew at tskew@frontier.net.